New year, new business. Alright, so a lot of you guys I've noticed are coming to my channel and you're very interested in starting your own candle business, or you may have a candle business and you're kind of in the beginning stages. So I thought this would be a really good video to put out for you guys. Basically, how much does it cost to run a candle business? First of all, this video does come with a freebie. I will be linking it down below. I put together a spreadsheet for you guys that's really going to help track your candle business. It's a really simple spreadsheet, and there definitely are tools out there that are the same thing, but this is just free. So definitely grab that down below. And if you're already signed up for my email list, you'll be getting an email with this spreadsheet to help you out. So for your candle business, I would suggest maybe having a $500 budget. I do think candle businesses are very inexpensive to start, and I'm saying to start. I know that businesses do cost money, and that's the reality, but to start a candle business, I would suggest maybe $500 and you're good to get all your materials and all of that. So in this video, I'm definitely going to show you guys what are some things that you need to spend on, or what are some things you don't need to spend on, like this. Don't go out and buy a 42-pound wax melter with your $500 budget starting off your candle business. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, like I said just a second ago, don't go out and buy this big melter. To melt your candles, a lot of people just start out with a double boiler method, which filling the pot with water and putting your pour pitchers in there to melt the wax. A lot of these numbers I pulled are from Candle Science. There are some things that I suggest you do not buy from Candle Science, and I will get to that in a second. I will also keep maybe a calculator thing up here, and I'll definitely show you at the end what the end cost of all this is going to be with the numbers that I gathered. So we're going to start off with 2 pour pitchers. I suggest 2. That will really help you not get frustrated when you're pouring candles when you only have 1 pour pitcher. 2 is great to have. I use a glue gun, but you can also purchase maybe glue stickers if you're the type of person that likes to use glue stickers. These are going to help keep your wicks to the bottom of the jar. Candy thermometers and 8-ounce jars and lids. Why did I say 8 ounce? You can make your candles how big or small you want, but most people do 8 ounce. So here's where we say stop. Do not buy your mason jars from Candle Science. Let's talk about that. So you're going to be charged shipping by weight. So you can source your jars from places like Dollar Tree, which I think is kind of expensive to pay $1 for a jar. But if you do want to go to Dollar Tree, I do go to Dollar Tree for some jars. But for mason jars, go hit up Walmart, or if there's another local store you can hit up. Try that out before you go to Candle Science to buy your jars. And please, a lot of people don't talk about this, but buy locally. I stress this a lot because my first year in business, everyone was talking about Candle Science and all of that, and I was buying everything from Candle Science except for jars. I will get into that here in a second when I talk about wax, but source locally. Find a candle shop. Google before you shop. Google to see if there's a candle supplier in your area. That will really save you on your shipping costs. Now we're going to move into more supplies that you're going to need to get started, and that is wicks and wax. I buy my wax locally. Like I said, I used to buy this from Candle Science, and wax weighs a lot. That does skyrocket your shipping, and that's going to lower your profit margin, so think about that. But these numbers are from Candle Science. So buying your wax, get about 10 pounds to start off with, and buy 1 wax at a time, because if you say you want to try maybe a soy blend and a soy, try to get something that you know you're going to lean more towards. So if you're a soy person and you think you really want to go with soy, try that first before you go and buy the soy blend and the soy, so that you're not stuck with a wax that you're not going to use in your candle line. So just buy your wax 1 at a time and test from there. Fragrance oil is probably going to be the most expensive thing in your candle. I do buy my fragrance oils online. I'm okay with doing that because they're not super heavy. So I would suggest maybe buying 3 4-ounce fragrance oils that you know you're really going to love. Please read the reviews on these websites, because that's going to tell you a lot about how this fragrance oil is going to perform in the type of wax that you are looking for. I read through all the reviews before I buy a new fragrance oil. I read the scent description, and everything like that, so I know that I'm going to be making a good purchase. And on the fragrances that you're a little iffy about, buy a 1 ounce tester. So 1 ounce testers are a good way to get about 3 candles out of 1 pound of wax, and this is a good testing point too, so that you're not buying big bottles of fragrance that you're gonna hate. So try buying about 5 or so 1 ounce testers. And also Candle Science does provide at least one 1 ounce tester with your order. I don't know if they have a minimum order value for this, but usually every time I order from Candle Science I get to choose a 1 ounce tester as well. One thing I love getting from Candle Science is the dye packs. So I always buy the little color, they look like little blocks of color. You can make your candle as dark as you want or as light as you want, depending on how much you shave off of these blocks. I highly suggest getting the sample pack. It's a really good value if you're going to be making colored candles. Something that you cannot skip at all is the warning labels. You do need to purchase warning labels. They're not expensive at all, but please don't forget to purchase your warning labels. Now we're going to get into some packaging materials. So for your labels, go to Walmart. They have the Avery labels. You can order them on Amazon, I'm sure, but I used to use the Avery labels all the time to print my own labels. Now I do use onlinelabels.com, and I get the glossy labels. It's a little more expensive, but I started just using the Avery labels, and that worked fine for me also. And shipping materials, I used to buy my boxes from Uline before I discovered that eBay is so much cheaper. Uline has really high shipping prices, even though their products are really great. I find the just as good quality on eBay for free shipping and really fast shipping also. I will link where I get my boxes down below, and I also get my tissue paper from eBay. So I would suggest skipping out on the really fancy materials unless you really want to. So with all of that said, here's the running cost of everything that we gathered today, and I think, I'm not for sure because I didn't add it up just now, but I think it's around $200 and something. I might be wrong, but here is the cost. And of course you're going to have some leftovers. So I told you about $500 is going to get your candle business up and running. So what you want to do with the remainder of your money is just invest in some things that you really may need. So maybe you need a printer to help you get your candle business started if you don't already have one. I would skip out on the fancy website. Please don't go and do what I did when I started my candle business in 2015. I bought a fancy website, and that cost about $30 a month. And let me tell you, nobody cares about your website except for your mom and maybe your coworker. I want to pause and just say one thing I do suggest purchasing is your domain name. I use namecheap.com, and it's about $10 per year for your domain. The reason why you should do this is so that your domain name doesn't get taken later on when you do go to create your website. So you'll have your name locked down in the beginning, and then your website will come later on when you're ready. So please don't invest in your website in the beginning. I would work on getting your product line up, opening an Etsy shop to get the sales rolling in, and when you're ready, when you do have a following, go ahead and open your website. But in the beginning, I would suggest sticking with Etsy and just focusing on growing your brand and your online presence, or however you decide to market. Just stick with that. And any leftover funds you have, just keep it in your business. You never know when you'll need business cards or when you want to go and sell at that little local market. I think that's a great way to get to know everyone in your local community. Maybe that might open opportunities for you in ways you would have never thought. So yes, that's how you can definitely spend $500 and get your candle business up and running. Don't forget to grab the freebie down below. I hope you guys found this helpful, and until next time, bye y'all.